What if I told you the future of electric cars looks a lot like a beloved classic? The cold, rational summary is simple. The Renault 5 is an electric supermini, positioned at an impressively good value point in the price range. You can get a version with 255 miles of WLTP range for just £25,000, and it comes packed with most modern conveniences. Forget what you think you know about car design. This isn't just a car, it's a feeling. But of course your right brain is in charge here. Just look at it. This is a car you'll desire, not merely decide upon. Renault has tapped into a rich vein of happy memories. The original R5 was a brilliant piece of distinctive product design that gave millions of people sunny memories during the simpler times and roads of the 1970s to 1990s. That covers 2 generations of drivers. And there's another generation younger than that who were rattling around, unbelted in the back. Think retro EVs are all the same? Think again. Of course, the 5's pitch isn't wholly novel. You can have a Mini Cooper electric, an electric Fiat 500, or even a Grande Panda. But like them, the R5 is more than a slavish visual copy of a sepia-toned memory. Why settle for bland when you can have brilliant? Sure, you could go modern with options like the Hyundai Inster, Peugeot E208, or Vauxhall Corsa Electric. But unless you twist your dealer's arm, you'll likely pay more for them and end up with a car that's unlikely to make you feel as bright and cheery. There's also the MG4 and BYD Dolphin, which offer more space but nowhere near the same feel-good factor. What happens when an entire company pours their heart and soul into one car? The decision to remake one of Renault's 24-carat greatest hits has galvanized everyone in the company to pour their utmost efforts into it. There are plenty of tales of designers and engineers working most of the way around the clock to perfect it. And when a car has been made by people who truly love it, it absolutely shows. Style without substance? Not this time. Dismiss that thought immediately. Renault is incredibly good at EVs, as proven by the Megane and Scenic. They also have a long history of small electrics with the Zoe. So, what we find here is an incredibly efficient and smooth powertrain. This isn't just an electric car, it's a masterclass in engineering. The platform is EV native, not just an adapted Clio. This means a flat floor, a long wheelbase, and decent room for a car well under 4 meters long. It also saves money because the body can be simpler than if it had to hold an engine too. It doesn't need a strong floor because the battery case strengthens it. There's no need to put in panel shapes and mounting points for an absent fuel tank, gearbox, or exhaust. Imagine a car that not only saves you money, but can also make you money. Underneath you'll find a multi-link rear suspension and all-disc brakes. And here's a fantastic bonus. All versions come with a heat pump. They even have bidirectional charging, so you can charge when electricity is cheap in the small hours and sell some back at higher peak time rates, significantly cutting your cost of living. A bargain? With all that tech? You bet. Yep. Prices start at an astonishing £22,995, or just £182 a month over 24 months on Renault's own PCP scheme if you put down $6,899, and that's at 0% APR. You get the picture. This is not an overpriced hype machine. Renault wants to shift a lot of these, and they've priced it to do just that. Every detail tells a story. Right from the front, yes. The 4-cornered motif in the headlights winks as you approach. The fog lights have the same graphic, and so do the dashboard vents. The rear lights refer to the Mark II SuperSync R5, the one-piece seatbacks to the Gordini version, and the wheel arches to the Mad Arse mid-engined 5-turbo rally car. The very first R5 had a bonnet vent. Here it's not a vent but a clever state of charge indicator. The point is, even if you don't remember the old R5 or don't care, the new one stands on its own as a truly attractive design. Step inside and prepare to be charmed. The retro vibe continues inside. The dash has stitching that emulates the original car's ridged plastic molding, and the headlining distantly resembles a rattan basket. The binnacle is a similar rectangular shape to the originals, but of course, this time around it houses flat screens. Materials are mostly pretty lavish, and bright colors add to the cheery air. The driver interface is, at heart, the excellent one we've praised in other Renaults, with plenty of well-placed, real switches that make it quick and easy to operate with your eyes still on the road. It's grown up a bit, but it's still perfectly petite. Just one thing. It's grown. Yes, it's still under 4 meters long, but you don't walk up to it and think, "Ooh, that's Diddy." At 1498 millimeters tall and 1774 millimeters wide, size-wise it's roughly midway between an electric Mini and Volvo's EX30 crossover. This does mean you don't drop too far when getting in. Just be careful the first few times you negotiate the wide sill and realize the floor is a bit higher than you might be expecting. But not a lot. It's compact even for a supermini, so rear legroom is tight but certainly not inhumane. There are two choices for power and battery. The entry car has a 40 kilowatt-hour battery with a motor rated at 120 BR. Its range is 195 miles, the same as the larger battery Fiat 500. The other option, starting at 26,995 pounds, has a 52 kilowatt-hour pack using NMC cells at 400 volts. The motor is an electrically excited synchronous machine, meaning no rare earth elements in magnets in the rotor, but all coils for both rotor and stator, with 150 BORS. Charging from 15 to 80% takes just half an hour. The 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint is completed in a brisk 8.0 seconds. But how does it feel to drive? We're so glad to say the engineers put in just as much love as the designers. It feels light on its feet and incredibly nimble. The steering is progressive, and when you load the tires, it resists understeer quite playfully. Yet, it's mature too. The ride is taut but well damped at town speeds, but on a difficult B road, it lets the car breathe beautifully. It's remarkably quiet too. The whole frame feels incredibly rigid, so no squeaks and rattles, adding to that aura of quality. We can't recall driving a supermini with better insulated suspension noise. So, what's the final verdict on the new Renault 5? The R5 is not the first premium retro EV. It shares with the Mini and Fiat 500 a knowing silhouette, lavish external jewelry, and a smart, cheery cabin. But it's bigger than a Fiat 500 and goes further. And it's more practical than the Mini and copes better with bumpy roads. More than that, it feels very solidly built from premium materials. This is Renault as we haven't seen it before, and it's truly impressive. And just look at the value on offer here. Considering its performance and range, it's right in the sweet spot, and that bi-directional charging could even help subsidize your outlay. Most of all, it feels consistent, as charming to drive as it is to look at and to sit in. Your first love should always last.